and Ndula, 105.3 for the rest of the Copper Belt. Solwezi 105.6. All right. You can also catch us on YouTube. Log on to YouTube, look for Lorenzo Entertainment LATV, hit the red subscribe button, and you definitely be part and parcel of this very show live in living color. All right. So don't you forget to do that. Last month, I did run a promotion where you needed to subscribe to the YouTube channel and stand a chance to win yourself a replica jersey. And one gentleman, Emmanuel from within Lusaka, was the lucky winner. And if you're watching us via YouTube, I have him in studio alongside Mfundisi. Emmanuel, welcome on the program and congratulations officially for being a winner of the replica for the month of December of the team of your choice.
Thank you very much, Lorenzo. It's good to meet you in person.
Awesome. We're glad to actually have you. Please kindly show it to people that are watching on Facebook and YouTube, I beg your pardon, so that they can actually have a look at that jersey. Now, tell us a little bit more about your passions for being part of this program and your passions for Man United. For how long and how often do you get to listen to Backpage?
Every time I have a chance to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Literally every time, anytime I have a chance to listen to it before going to work, especially.
On a Saturday like today?
Yes, on a Saturday like today.
Okay.
Especially if I have no work schedule in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I spend some time listening to Backpage.
Awesome.
Every Saturday.
Great stuff.
And with Manchester United,
Mm-hmm.
this has been my childhood team.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I was about around 12, somewhere there, during the Ronaldo days.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started to support Manchester United.
Wow. Okay, great stuff. Sebastian Veron. When you still had Sebastian Veron in your ranks.
Yeah. But where did you get the passion from?
Passion?
Was it?
Yeah.
Where did you
Please tell us where you got the passion from.
The player.
Where were you watching?
Ronaldo.
Were you watching from home?
Mm-hmm.
Is it mom? Because I know mom listens to Christian Voice a lot.
Yeah, she does. Just the team, the name Manchester United.
Just the name.
This is a name for champions.
A name for champions.
Just the name.
A name for champions. Just
Manchester United.
Manchester United. A team of glory.
You're even dancing in your chair.
He knows better.
But Umbera Emmanuel, a team of champions.
A team of champions.
One are 12 years azibati mwatufuna ovutika kachalo. Support Manchester United. Ndaba kambiri why people suffer.
Mm-hmm.
You support another team. Your other passion is to see Manchester United lose.
Mm-hmm.
Then your team loses, Manchester United wins. Usually mavuto.
Double trouble.
Your team wins, Manchester United wins, futi mavuto. So, Mama Kamba chinja team ukolewa. So, Emmanuel, you see, he is a Manchester United fan, and as a result of it, he wins a Manchester United jersey. On a day, Manchester United are joined top of the Premier League.
With Liverpool.
I was very happy. Yes.
You're very happy, eh?
Yeah, very happy.
Emmanuel, thank you very much for coming through. We're truly grateful that you participated in the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, great stuff. All right, so that was Emmanuel. We're releasing him.
Yeah.
All right, keep listening in, keep watching via YouTube, and keep it locked to Radio Christian Voice.
Thank you.
And best our regards also to the family.
Yes, our regards to the family as well.
Listening,
yes,
and we're grateful, for the listenership and also the good words, from mom. And if she's listening,
okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much.
To Backpage.
All right, awesome stuff.
Cheers.
All right, 0960-200-490. That is the number you can call us on. At a push of a button, we'll definitely put you through so that you can get to chat with us on this very station as we get interactive right through to 11 on this very program. All right, and feel free to send your comments and let's get to chat right in relation to what we're having on the program. All right, let me just run us through the 31 provisional squad. All right,
go ahead.
Yeah, so that we get to move on to the next point of interaction in just a teeny tiny bit. But also, let me try to have our other members of the panel to join us.
That, Lorenzo, just to give listeners a heads up in terms of which players are moving where.
Absolutely.
Tostan Sabata has left Zanaco as at 31st of December 2020. He has just signed for Zesco United. So Tostan Sabata has moved. And then David Owino Odhiambo has left Zesco United. We understand he's in talks to join Elite Lusaka Dynamos together with Sabumu kama and then kwali babuli ya umbi batata bazambi bamayo bakongo wota bwana binene alefuma kukatimu kanono aya kukikulu ali ajoina pito mosimane ku Egypton walia woto binene sabwa afuma kukatimu kanono aya kukikulu
binene bwalia
kwa bakumunandi obe mosimane piso mosimane ele uli aikala twin zito samo san alandata nangu fie uli wonse nangu Lorenzo mamupela ali awina matrophies disrespect
kwa piso mosimane
big disrespect afi mulanda mukisungu big disrespect coach waba ali piso mosimane waishiba South Africa mosimane South Africa ayaku ali awina Champions League awina na league futi alipa mulu wa league
alipa mulu wa league
transition taile moniko baba kwisabia ni winafye elo osama tawe hapo wina timu ya mkalamba wa atawe nangu mwapela filo Lorenzo olobamu zo
kutawina
so huyu
te kochi
you have the squad ready right
there. you took me away. But anyway, we joined by Mapalo, all right, the young prodigy joining us via Zoom in a teeny tiny bit right about now. All right, we just have to do that squat and then we move on to look at other aspects to do with international sport, right, on this very program. All right, okay, let me get to see if we have Mapalo joining us. Mapalo, able to hear us? Okay, all right, he's unable to connect with us, but he should be able to unmute his microphone so that we get to have him participate. Yeah, Bakalamba Andrew Bakulu Bankito is still trying to join in as well. He's still trying to join in as well. Bakulu Bankito. He's probably still trying to recuperate. He's still probably trying to recuperate. Really, absolutely, from the festivities. All right, but anyway, before we get to run through that provisional squad. All right, Faz actually has also launched a YouTube channel. All right, Faz TV, which is quite good, commendable.
Yeah, because information must be readily available to everyone who wants information on it. And this is what we've been, asking for. That we need to have information on our fingertips. Initially, things like tables and so on were a bit difficult to find, but now we have them all over, which is a very, very good thing indeed, Lorenzo.
Absolutely. All right, so that is definitely going to be something that will be worth to sever in so far as communication is concerned from that end. All right, now let me get to run through the squad.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so let me get to run through the squad. Goalkeepers, there's Charles Kalumba from Prison Leopards. All right, the gentleman, that is definitely a revelation. Lamek Siame Kaba Warriors, Patrick Ujoma, Kaba Youth Soccer Academy, Richard Nyirenda, Nchanga Rangers.
Yes,
and then
the goalkeepers.
Those are the goalkeepers, yes. Yes, exactly. Then defenders, we have Adrian Chama, Clement Mwape, both of Zesco United, Benedict Chepesh of Red Arrows, Dominic Chanda, Kaba Warriors, Luca Banda, Napsa Stars, Golden Mafrenta from Butcon, then Kondwani Chiboni, Zachariah Chilongoshi, and Benson Sakala, all of Power Dynamos. All right, and then Pride Mwansa of Kwazi. All right, and then midfielders, there's Amit Shamende. You talked about him quite extensively in the previous hour.
Right.
Then we have Albert Kangwanda, Kelvin Kapumbu, both of Zanaco, Leonard Mulenga, Jack Chura, both of Green Buffaloes, Kelvin Kampamba, Brusum Sakanya, both of Zesco United, Spencer Sautu, the Tonga Boo, as well as Chinese Zulu, both of Power Dynamos.
That's right.
And then we have Harrison Chisala of Nkana, Lewa of Nkana, and then Colin Sikombe, Lusaka Dynamos, Paul Katema, Felix Wulaya, both of Red Arrows. Strikers, there's Emmanuel Chavula, Lusaka Dynamos, Friday Samu, Green Buffaloes, Moses Piri and Roger Kola, both of Zanaco.
Absolutely.
Cooking for victory. We're playing Niger today, not so.
We're playing Niger later on today. And like I said, you pointed out also as you announcing that particular squad, those that belong to continental clubs who are still in continental contention, that's in Ghana, Napsa Stars and Green Eagles, are not part of that. And then there are also 4 others who are still doing their medicals that have not joined yet. But I think that we have a very good squad, all together. If you look at Kangwanda, for example, in Ethiopia, he's got a brilliant brace. He's a young player from the Zambia under-20. He's just joined Zanaco. Then there are some exciting talents in there. Felix Wulaya, there was a cracking goal that he scored in a 2-0 win for Red Arrows against young Green Eagles. So these are young talents. Pokatema has been around the scene for quite some time. Leonard Mulenga looks very good in the holding role. There's Kapumbu there, but Pride Ones are at left back, and this is why maybe Kapumbu could not get in, because there's Kapumbu. I mean, there's Pride Mansa, there's Chilongoshi, there's Shiboni, there's Benedict Chepeshi. All of those can play at left back. So the thinking probably was that, well, Kapumbu could come in, but if he's going to be sitting on the bench, then there'll be no need. Remember that the likes of Benedict Chepeshi, the last time that Zambia participated at the Africa Cup of Nations in 2015, they were there. The likes of Spencer Sauti were there. The likes of Adrian Chama were there. So we do have a lot of experience as well as youthful talent in this. It's a very good mix of experience as well as youthful zest.
Absolutely. All right, we've been joined by the assassin of Perth, Major Mula. Brotherman, how's it?
I'm good, Lorenzo. How are you?
We're doing well, man. All right, how have you been? And Mr. Andrew Kawi is somewhat busy on the mobile phone, so we'll introduce him in a teeny tiny bit. But in the meantime, all right, it's good to actually have you through right on the program. Okay, so let me actually get to put through this line on the program. All right, you're through to the program. Your name, please, and where you're calling us from. Your name, please? Musukuma. All right, please go ahead. 15 years? Ekwingira okutuma pa program. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations, Musukuma.
It's a game in hand. I think it's January 7. Now let's talk about him, but January 7. To the to Pamulu. Fast. Listen, that to win.
Nana join a few Man United. New year.
Vamos come on with your join at the beginning.
Exposing me there.
Who come back at Nala join? Come back. No man you tell the join.
All right. Major, let me have you come in, and then we'll also have Andrew come in. Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 1 last night at Old Trafford. What an impressive scoreline. You're now level on points with Liverpool in the title hunt. In the year 2021, you somewhat mean business. I want you to pick it up on that note. Okay, Major, are you...
Okay, a very impressive result. Renzo?
Yes, we can hear you.
Renzo?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can.
Okay, I was saying, indeed, very interesting results for Manchester United fans on a lot of fronts, because you should realize that it wasn't an easy game. I think physically, emotionally, this game took out a lot from the players, because just the idea that 3 points could take United level with Liverpool was pressure on itself. Also, the idea that United hasn't performed really well at Old Trafford was also pressure on itself. But more clinically, or more importantly, it is Aston Villa itself. They are not a bad team. team. You should remember, just before the league closed down last season, Aston Villa were going down. Literally, where they were going to do a Fulham. They were going to go without winning any Premier League game, and they were going back to the division. They were just going to do up and down, and then that would be it. But COVID helped them. That break helped them. They came back a different proposition altogether. From that time, they have never looked back. I think when the pre-COVID era, they defended deep like any other team that gets into promotion. I think their strategy is defend deep when you have the opportunity, it did not work. They conceded more goals. They lost a lot of games. And after the COVID era, they re-strategized. They brought in a few players and re-strategized. Their approach has been different. And going forward, they are a team to reckon with. They are really a formidable team. Before the United lost yesterday, for me it was this morning, by the way. It was 4 o'clock in the morning for me. So I stayed up really late just to watch that victory and then got to sleep. So I'm just waking up from Chezela Muntwanga United. So going into this game, Aston Villa really were in good form. They won or drew. They never really dropped a lot of points, and they conceded very little in terms of leaking in goals. So they are not a side to push over. Just a quick reminder, this is a team that smashed Liverpool. They gave them 7-1 or 7-2 a few weeks ago. So they smashed every big team, by the way. They have gone to Aston Villa and they have been taken down by this team. So they are not a pushover. So this is an encounter that United really needed to take serious on that front only, in terms of form, in terms of how Aston Villa have reorganized themselves post the COVID era. And yesterday, or is it today, United really showed their intentions in terms of what they want to be this season. I would hold my hands out. I think I've been very critical about the approach that Ole had prior to the Champions League defeat. I think he was a bit lethargic with his approach. His players also followed that. United was lethargic. They were not showing what they are showing today. But I think my argument has always been there is potential. In as much as I would criticize Ole, I always said there is potential of a good manager, because there are moments that he would take United to their highest clouds, and then the next game they'll drop. So what really was the problem with Ole was the consistency. What was the problem with United was the consistency to either consistently get bad results or to consistently get good results. So they were hot, they blew hot and cold air. You were not really sure which United would turn up. But after that defeat to PSG, we have seen a serious turnaround in the way that they approach games. They have come back from losing positions so many times. They have gone on an away beaten record for 10 or 11 games going straight. They have turned what used to be dropping points, games that they would drop points easily in the season, even with Mourinho, even with Van Gaal, they would drop such points. Play Aston Villa, a small team that is showing intent, United would drop points. But this United that we are seeing now is a United that has smelt blood. They feel they are hunting down. They are in a stage mentality kind of mode. And you want to love this United, because I think they do not know when to say that they are coming at teams. And even when they are not coming at teams, they are scrapping out results. And that is critical. A championship side should be a side that should get the results, even when they do not play well. Get the 3 points and run, because football is just about the goal. It's so this is the United that Ole has crafted, and because of that, seriously, I the season is still very young. The season is still very young. But on comparison to what United were a few seasons ago, not even a few seasons ago, what they were last season to the United that we are seeing today, they have taken serious strides in the positive. They have improved in so many fronts, and it is a joy to see. A joy to see for football, because I think as soccer pundits, as football lovers, you do not want to watch a former giant, go down on his knees. This was the case, I think, for Juventus. We saw Juventus, the old lady, crumbling a few seasons ago. They have come back. We are happy, even when we do not support. But we know these are traditionally big sides, and you don't want to see them go and get obliterated in history. It's the same. The same can be said for the current Arsenal. You want to sympathize because these are strong sides. And as a lover of football, you want to see competition at its highest degree from teams like United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea a bit relatively new actually to be mentioned, but they are. So seeing what Ole has done, really, I'm really excited for United. Like I said, it's early times, and the season has a long way to go. You never win titles in January, but looking at what they are right now, I think they are a force to reckon.
Okay, all right, Andrew, are you able to hear us now? And I'm about to introduce the Zamjirian as well, joining via Zoom. Okay. Very good. Good to have you back. All right, the Zamjirian, Emmanuel, how are you doing, brother, man? We're glad to have you back.
I'm great. I'm so happy to be back in the show. Happy New Year, folks.
Happy New Year to you too.
Happy New Year to you too, Emmanuel.
Okay.
Oh, great to hear you, Mr. Andrew.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, gentlemen, we're moving. And Mapala, able to hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you too. All right. So, gentlemen, let me run through the fixtures in the Premier League, and then I'll evenly distribute them according to each one of you. Of course, Fundis will look back on the Aston Villa versus Man United game. I know you're itching to really say something on that one. All right. And then Mapala will probably have to talk about Liverpool. All right. And then Major, I'll give you a club. You'll probably be talking about Arsenal. And Andrew talk about Manchester City. And then I'll have the Zamjirian also probably talk about is Chelsea okay for you, Zamjirian? Okay, I seem to have actually lost him again. But let me run through fixtures and then we'll evenly distribute games in that order. All right. Okay, talking of the Premier League today, Tottenham plays Leeds United. This game is at 14:30 Central African time. Then Crystal Palace play Sheffield United. And then we have Wolverhampton Wanderers playing away to Brighton and Hove Albion. And then West Bromwich Albion play Arsenal at 22 hours Central African time. All right, now, gentlemen, let me probably focus on Arsenal for you for now. Let me start with you, Emmanuel. Arsenal are a team that are somewhat picking up after having looked a little bit wobbly in the last few days. But there were actually rumors coming through that Arsene Wenger says if called upon to take charge at Arsenal, he would take that opportunity with both hands. I want to get your opinion on that news headline that came through the last few days, Emmanuel.
Well, I think Arsene Wenger has paid his dues when it comes to Arsenal. I remember growing up, I actually thought that Arsenal was named after Wenger because the names were so similar, and I felt like this man was a match made in heaven for Arsenal. But I think he's paid his dues. There's some times that you just need to let it go. Seeing Alex Ferguson in the stands, watching over My United's game yesterday, I was also, reminiscent of our days where he was, chewing his gum very quickly. United has been a team of last-minute goals nowadays, so we're looking very, very Fergie-ish, So I think we should respect what the legends have done. He's paved the way for, coaches like Arteta, to be doing what he's doing right now in Arsenal. And I think we should let that rest and give young blood the opportunity to be able to show a new Arsenal, give a new philosophy. And like the last caller said, take Arsenal back to the glory days, So I think we should rest when it comes to previous coaches like this, and let's see a different Arsenal, like we have seen a different Man United under Ole.
Okay, great stuff. Mapalo, United are now breathing heavy, not under your necks, actually. You are neck and neck, level on points, all right? And you've played equal number of games. And this interestingly poises the game coming up next on the 7th of January, if I'm not mistaken, where you're playing the very United that has caught up with you on the log standing, as you actually have the final push for the title in the run-up to the May wrap-up to the season. All right, now, what do you make of Liverpool dropping points? The last game for Liverpool was a draw. They dropped points, and you have paid dearly for that, in that United have caught up with you. What do you make of Liverpool's dropping points against United's sudden resurgence of form, which has led to them now being level on points with you? And then I'll have Mfundisi connect with that in a teeny tiny bit.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, it's like we've just blinked and we've got into this part of the season where Liverpool and United are level on points. It's the type of thing you like to see, because the two biggest traditional clubs are going guns and holes against each other. So it's nice for rivalry, but we've let ourselves down. I mean, we've dropped points against Fulham, we've dropped points against West Bromwich Albion, we've dropped points against Newcastle. We've put ourselves in this compromising position, honestly, and we've also dropped points against Brighton. It's really unacceptable, and it's what we say: a lion playing with its meat, and it lets its meat just get away. So we've put ourselves in this position with no one to blame. After the 7-0 win against Crystal Palace, we just thought, okay, things are plain sailing, and it's business as usual for this Liverpool side. But we've let things slip. Even in games where we haven't played well, like the Newcastle game, we had so many chances to kill the game, but we couldn't take it. Many people saying Mane and Salah have this, rivalry going on now, and in as much as I don't like to admit it, but it seems like they don't want to pass to each other. I don't know. It just looks like they don't want to play together. The game against Crystal Palace, Minamino, Mane, and Firmino started, and we win riot. We win riot. In instances where Salah makes a run, Mane does not want to pass the ball. I don't know whether that situation needs to be controlled, because in as much as people deny it, it's actually happening and it's affecting the team. At first, that sort of rivalry, that sort of competition within the team, it's seen as good competition, fierce competitors going together. But now it seems like it's affecting us, because we're supposed to kill these games off. And now Manchester United, as you say, they smell blood. They seem hungry. They're grinding these games out, and they're playing well, and they deserve to be where they are at the moment. So 17th of January at Anfield, it's going to be interesting. Us still without some of our big players, it has to be mentioned. But getting players like Thiago Alcantara coming back, he was absolutely sensational. He showed what kind of level he is on compared to our other midfielders. I mean, he can literally find anyone, anywhere on the pitch in a split second. He's absolutely phenomenal, and this is what we need. We have missed him dearly. Diogo Jota as well, a different option to Mane and Salah. He came so well, but was used in the Midtjylland game. He was a target, and he got a knock from that game, which has put him on the sidelines for 2 months. So we are missing some elements. It's growing up to be an interesting encounter against United. I personally can't wait for it. Though looking at the form, they are unbeaten in 10 games, so I shouldn't be excited. But our home record, Anfield, unbeaten for 3 years, the type of rivalry, just how scared and how, just how gassed up the players are for this game. It's going to be interesting. I just hope we beat Southampton and, they drop points against Burnley so they have something to attack, because if we go into that game chasing something, it's going to be easier for them to set up to counter us, and when teams do defend against us, we find it quite hard sometimes. So interesting game.
Okay, all right, before Mfundisi and Andrew come in for Man City versus Chelsea tomorrow, Mfundisi, you're now 11 points.
Yes,
Would I be wrong to probably suggest, or let me not even put it that way, let me say, are you confident enough of wrestling the title away from Liverpool getting into this final stage of the season ahead of May 2021. Now that you're level with Liverpool on points.
For the last couple of months, Manchester United is the best team in the league. Points per game ratio since February. The people who add up these things are telling us that Manchester United has taken more points. And like Mapalo has said, last 10 matches, Manchester United still unbeaten in those. And there are games that you felt that probably they would struggle in the past, like the game against Aston Villa. Aston Villa played very well, like Manengo had said earlier on. They have played the so-called Big Six, and they have taken points off all of them. And they came to Old Trafford. United scored first. Brilliant team goal. Pogba looks a born-again player. Kanyumba, kupanga Kanyumba, then the pass Rashford David just flicked it. One touch, flicking it to one Bissaka. Then Bissaka, Mukona, Aletapakati, diving header, Anthony Martial, go. Tyrone Mings-Ayanga and Chase Wanabua Misamo, so go 1-0. Then they came back. Dean Smith has molded this Aston Villa side into a very stubborn outfit to beat. And then there was a penalty. Pogba failed in the area, and who else? Bruno Fernandes has been involved. This has been probably the signing of the season in as far as Manchester United is concerned. I mean, even the entire league, the influence has been phenomenal. He's been involved in about 30 goals so far, for Manchester United. He's scoring penalties, he's providing assists, he's doing literally everything. When the chips are down, he has completely overshadowed the French World Cup winner because he's got a different mentality and attitude. He's a winner. You can see, they say that he's a sore loser, he's a bad loser, and bad losers are infectious because about Angelam dressing room, Mukaluza, Adonsa Makialina Lindelof, and things like that.
Throwing boots around, even telling the manager, even yesterday, you could clearly see that he wasn't happy being substituted because he felt he could even add on something to the team. But at the end of the day, I was talking about the win over Aston Villa. Those are sort of teams that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer normally would struggle in beating. If you look at the other win in midweek against Wolves, it was similar. Wolves, albeit with a lot of injuries, came to Old Trafford, looking to cause a surprise. But stoppage time, grinding out a result in Fergie time. Many Manchester United fans who are older, like Rena Manengu and Bachansa, will remember that when Ferguson was appointed in November 1986, it took him 4 years to win his first piece of silverware. And then in 1992, he won the league for Manchester United. That was the time when the league changed from the old first division into the Premier League. Manchester United became the first Premier League champions. And since his resignation or retirement in 2013, United have never been on top or second from top or joint top, albeit by goal difference, in 8 years. That tells you the progression that has taken place under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's the first time.
It's the first time since Alex Ferguson retired in 2013 that United were second on Christmas and even on New Year. And yesterday, every Manchester United fan slept like a baby. Those who are in Australia didn't sleep because they were watching the game Kuseni at 0-4. But he said, 0-4, bana bagona, we were celebrating. We were saying, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done very well on a serious note is that he has recruited well. This is a week in which Edinson Cavani, unfortunately, was banned for 3 matches for saying, mainiga lakini na bwana uzaba muntu wanga mane ngati bwanji mainiga waona bijabaso wema kuboa kubaninga then shini bwana mmasekera na muntu ni Molando imagine wewe na bwera uko wewe amoko pa nje za bwera Lorenzo wewe then watipeleka ku Manzi yata but wewe mainiga ni kwa mushe ko then police wewe maniga na nana then police ati wewe kamba kama black ku wito na mzako umunza ati but ni mzanga wewe ni watu poshanira ku Zambia guy tukamba tiniga tawe yao singa kambirana Thank you, Negrito. It's different from the way Luis Suarez had said it to Patrice Evra, if you remember. Because Pajan, you know what I mean. But after Angelesa, Muzaka Buare Mbapa Instagram, well done. Abuna Kambati, gracias, Negrito. Thank you, my nigga. Guys, ni Muzanga. So 3 matches. So I miss Aston Villa, I miss of TNA, but you'll be back for Liverpool. What I was about to say was that social Anagula Munche. If you look at Bissaka, you look at Maguire, Mr. Mykonos in Greece, Jamirandis, Harry Maguire. If you look at Bruno Fernandes himself, this guy understands the philosophy of Manchester United, and what he has done very well is to bring in Mike Phelan. When Sir Alex Ferguson was winning his first trophy that I talked about in 1991,
Phelan was a player.
Phelan was a player alongside the likes of Steve Bruce, Banzima players. So when Ferguson was winning things, Phelan came in as assistant manager. When Takataka Moyes took over, anabuata mangisabe na Phelan. Endani mdawapa jamdana, ana mankala kwa bench. Endani. So jamdana ndo nkala ku state. So when Social was brought back, he said, but kwanza ujamdala ujawapala kwa bench muleten. So manje wasilenzira pamozi. So bwe yonekera manje yoneka mwana nija bola yakudala ija under Ferguson. Yakutanga tiri 0-0 kalibo sila all that. Come on anyamuka. These days amapezeka chana kamaska atambira muchitenge wazira. So apa manja pa Liverpool ni manjenje manja apa. So ije hapa 17 kuzankara kani because Manchester United manje is unstoppable. And they are playing some lovely football. David De Gea, because of bringing Dean Henderson, Manengu will agree with me, is looking like a reborn player as well in goal. Then Paul Pogba is excellent. Bruno Fernandes, Amaules. Manchester United is back.
All right. Also, that's to as a rider to what Muzo said in terms of Ole's recruitment policy. I think what you should realize is, I think apart from the Nigerian brother Igalo and Cavani, the only players that he has bought that are over 30. All his buys are in the regions of 24 years. So his philosophy is that of longevity. He is not so much into the immediacy, but he is looking
long term,
creating a team that is going to be there 2, 3, 4 seasons. And to go in line with this, there is a purchase that he did for a gentleman called Facundo. He bought him and took him to the reserve. Many people have been wondering, this guy is deadly. So what he's doing is, I think he is creating a best for United. Facundo is one of those.
Amanda.
Traore. Yes. Specifically about this player. This is a player that he bought last year in October together. Now defender number 3 amugula guy nomuza tipitiriza ku Atalanta zara kukutenga nikatiliza kudilingana na work permit yako. Chris is a deadly boy. If you have time, watch the games that he has played for Atlanta and see the quality that Ole is bringing. I think Moza is on point when he says his recruitment policy has been on point.
Excellent. Beautiful. All right, Andrew, Manchester City playing Arsenal. Are you on, Andrew? Okay, Andrew, unable to get us there. All right, Emmanuel or Mapalo. All right, Emmanuel, are you able to hear us? Okay,
just to add Lorenzo as you are looking for those guys.
Yes, I am.
Just to add very quickly the names that have come in: Ahmad Diallo, Facundo Pelestri, and Alex Telles, plus Donny van de Beek. Once our Ryanbeck is achieved. But they are waiting. So
they're waiting on the wings.
The guys in absolute
Okay. All right, Andrew. Okay, Andrew, and then Emmanuel. Manchester City versus Chelsea. Now, Andrew, you've never really been impressed by Guardiola's coaching pedigree. He's somewhat floundered or slumped to match to United's advantage. Now United are second. Do you agree that it could be down to Man City's poor form lately?
Not really. No.
Are you able to hear me, Andrew? All right, we seem to have a problem with Andrew's line. Okay, let me ask Emmanuel to come in.
Not
Emmanuel.
really. Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay,
I can hear you loud and clear.
you can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Not really that I am not impressed, but my feeling is that he's just simply overhyped. For me, I'm a supporter of coaches who deliver with very average players. I find it very difficult to support those coaches that deliver after assembling a very expensive team and then they want to claim that they are great coaches. No. A great coach should be able to transform an average team into a result-oriented team. That's to me that is a great coach. So that's why I am not very big fan of Pep Guardiola. I'm sure you saw at Barca, he ran away after he started, posting, negative results. Now, when you start posting negative results, stick around and turn around the team. Then you are a great manager instead of running away. So that's why I feel he's yet to show me that he really has what it takes to be a great coach. That's just my feeling about Pep Guardiola. Now coming to Man City and Chelsea, Man City have an upper hand over Chelsea. Chelsea hasn't been the Chelsea that was Chelsea a few weeks back, where they were just rolling over each team that came against them. But lately we've seen Chelsea dropping points, and they don't look like they are up to the task. So although Man City lying 8th or so are also struggling somehow, they haven't yet found their feet. But with the inclusion of the youngsters like Torres, they look a different Man City, a better Man City going forward, although they waste a lot of chances. So hoping that, sooner rather than later, because we are on the half mark. They have done 16 games now. So they have got 16 games to go. So it's time now they changed into a great gear so that they are able to start picking up maximum points. So both teams they have to show that they are really title contenders, or at least they can finish in the top 4.
Okay.
So it's a great game. Slight edge goes to Man City. Although Chelsea can equally pull up a surprise, Lorenzo.
All right. Okay. As Emmanuel comes in as well in a tiny bits, Villarreal take on Levante at the Estadio de la Ceramica. Then Real Betis play Sevilla at the Benito Villamarin. This is an Andalusian derby in La Liga. Real Valladolid will to Getafe, then Real Madrid play Celta de Vigo at the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium. Sunday sees Bilbao at the San Mamés Barria play Elche, then Atletico de Madrid will be out to Deportivo Alaves at the Estadio de Mendizorroza. Real Sociedad play Osasuna at the Real Arena, then Eibar play Granada. Then we do have Huesca playing Barcelona at 22 hours at El Alcaraz Stadium. Monday Night Football sees Valencia at home to Cadiz at the Estadio Mestalla. All right, Emmanuel, are you able to get us loud and clear?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, all right. Emmanuel, I want to take you to the Man City versus Chelsea game. All right, Man City hasn't been that much impressive lately. All right, and would you really rule them out as title contenders and leave it down to Man United and Liverpool down to May?
Not at all. I was just saying the same thing that, of course, City have not been in good form, but we need to understand that they have 2 games in hand, and if they win both games, they'll be 1 point behind Man United and Liverpool. Mm-hmm. You can't count City out. I would say Guardiola is a coach who's a winner, mm-hmm. and I do understand what I'm saying. He's someone who needs the top guns to be able to get the results, but he's the winner. And if Man City go on any kind of run whatsoever, and Aguero can find form, you know that they're pushing for the title. We all know right now, when it comes to, the score depth, the score talent, the two guns in Premier League right now are Liverpool and Man City. Mm-hmm. That's why everybody's surprised that Man United are in a champion, position, because we have a shout now. Nobody expected us to be where we are right now. Mm-hmm. I favor Chelsea in this game because I just feel Chelsea have more to prove. Man City have legs that are just tired. I've not seen a team who has won 2, back-to-back Premier League titles, and they just don't look inspired like before, and it happens a lot. So we need to see that it's okay for City to be on their way out, and they might need a few rebuilding, tips here and there. A few Foden is looking like a talent for so many years. Gabriel Jesus is just a striker who won't give you 20 league goals, So I feel Man City really need to look, inward and find what they want the squad to look like going forward. Because of course Aguero is at the back end of his football career, who has done great things for Man City. For me, their best player ever. So it just looks like it's going to be an exciting game. But I will favor Chelsea because Chelsea have more to prove. I feel they will finish above Man City this season, and I'll just give you my table predictions right now. Mm-hmm. First position, Man United. Second,
you sound like Father Christmas.
Second position will be Liverpool. I'll just give because me and my Apollo were guys. I can't give him my name. So Liverpool will be second. Third will be Chelsea, and fourth will be Tottenham. I'll let Mourinho get in the fourth position. So I think that's how the table will end. But this is a very, very lively Premier League season. It's very competitive. If you win 3 games, you can be second place. I think this is the most competitive he has gotten. And I'm happy that we're experiencing a Premier League season like this.
Okay, all right. Finally, Mapalo, David Alaba is being rumored to be the long-time replacement to Sergio Ramos, who hasn't renewed his contract. He's now free to talk to even Manchester United, by the way, or Liverpool.
We don't want. We have enough time.
Well, if you say long-term replacement, I don't know, because David Alaba must be 28 years old now.
Yeah.
29.
Yeah, they might give him a 4-year contract up to 30.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched some of his games at Bayern Munich as a centre back, and well, let's just say I think there are better options that Real Madrid would have gone for. You talk about the likes of Milan Skriniar at Inter Milan, or Kalidou Koulibaly, of course. But anyway, they've gone for his experience. Okay. He is a serial winner, of course. And David Alaba he's a leader. He's someone who doesn't have the physical presence of Sergio Ramos, but of course, Real Madrid have struggled terribly without Sergio Ramos, and they need someone to command that back, because, of course, Rafael Varane has been susceptible to the odd mistake now and again. So, well, maybe they've brought him in for his leadership qualities, ability to command from the back, but in terms of the physical presence, I don't think he's the best option Real Madrid would have gone for. But 10 million, really cheap, someone who comes with great experience, a winner. Maybe those are the credentials they were seeing as they were acquiring him. So we'll see how that works out for them.
All right. Okay, gentlemen, it's been an exciting show. I'll end this note with this text message that is quite exciting. Field Mwanza says, Liverpool are now feeling our weight. This reminds me of one Zambian song titled Faka Accelerator. Chilikumboyo, Tayamba Kupasa Indicator. Watch out, Liverpool. Then he says greetings to the High Commission. Atitamba kupasa indicator Kumboyo. To overtake.
What a way to end the show we did.
All right.
Mwanza.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming through. We're truly grateful that you had time to tune in. And we'll definitely be hooking up with you on the other side. It's mejores amigos para siempre. At this juncture, we say,
Lights out.
Lights out.